Chapter 10, Mishnah 3. The previous two Mishnayos discussed some of the strict laws the rabbis decreed in order to ensure the Torah of Mechatas. This Mishnah discusses another Tuma law of Mechatas. The Torah says in Bamidbar, chapter 19, verse 9, that the ashes of the Parah should be put in a place that is Tahor. This teaches that even if the ashes do not come into direct contact with Tuma, they become Tameh and unfit for Mechatas use if they are put down in a Tameh place. This rule also applies to Mechatas, because it contains Parah ashes. The Mishnah discusses when the ashes are considered to be in a Tameh place. If the outside of an earthenware jug containing Chatas ashes, i.e. ashes of a Parah, touch the dead sheretz, which is an Avatuma, the jug and the ashes are Tahor. The jug does not become Tameh from touching the sheretz, and in turn makes the ashes Tameh, because an earthenware utensil does not become Tameh from Tuma that comes into contact with the outside of the utensil. If a person placed the jug of ashes on top of the dead sheretz, Rabbi Eliezer rules that in this case too the jug and the ashes are tahor, since the sheretz touched only the outside of the jug. But the sages rule that although the jug is tahor, the ashes are tameh, because they are lying in a place of tuma on the tameh sheretz, and the law is that paraduma ashes are in a tameh place become tameh, even if they did not touch the source of tuma directly. The Mishnah discusses the law in a case involving lighter forms of tuma. If the jug touched tameh food or drink, which are at most a rishon l'tuma, or if it touched kisvei hakadosh, scrolls of the 24 books of Tanakh, which are rabbinically treated as sheni l'tuma, the jug and the ashes are tahor. Since the tameh object touched the outside of the jug, it does not transmit tuma to the jug and from there to the ashes. The sages earlier in the Mishnah ruled that where the jug was placed on top of a dead sheretz, the ashes are tameh because they are lying in a tameh place. The Mishnah discusses whether the same is true where the jug was placed on top of tameh food or drink or kisvei kodesh. If a person placed the jug of ashes on top of the food, drink, or kisvei kodesh, Rabbi Yossi rules that the jug and the ashes are tahor. The ashes do not become tameh on account of lying in a tameh place, because this law applies only to a place that is tameh as an avatuma, and the tameh food and drink and kisvei kodesh are tameh only to the degree of rishon or sheni l'tuma. But the sages rule that the ashes are tameh. In the sages' view, the law that paraduma ashes that are lying in a tameh place become tameh applies even to a rishon or sheni l'tuma, not just an avatuma.